I saw George one-on-one with the linebacker. George is one of the most explosive tight ends in the league. And so for me, it's like, all right, can I give George an opportunity out here outside the numbers? And we got him in the right play call.
I'm Robert Mason, the Athletic Football Show. We are here on Radio Row in San Francisco with San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. This is a touchdown you threw against the Cardinals. Do you remember this play?
I do.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff happening pre-snap here. I want you to just talk me through, as much as you can, what the intent is behind some of the pre-snap movement and what you're seeing and why you get into the check that you do here.
Yeah, so basically we have a man zone read. So I have an ID motion basically with Christian going out. And in hopes, we were trying to get one of these secondary players, either the safety or a linebacker, to run out with Christian. And if they did, we knew it was man, we're going to get into a specific play. And so when he moved out, I saw a little movement from the secondary there, which made us get into the second play. So I canned it. And so now we have two man-beating routes, really three. We have one across the middle, and then we also have George on, we call it a Spartan. So he's one-on-one with this guy, and he's basically got a red line go route from the inside. And then Christian is going to come up here, stutter his guy, and go. And then it's our job as a quarterback to know where the safety's at and really, want to work away from him because he's the help now. Once I saw the one-on-one matchup, I saw George one-on-one with the linebacker. George is one of the most explosive tight ends in the league. And so for me, it's like, all right, can I just hold this safety for a little bit, give George an opportunity out here outside the numbers? And, we got him in the right play call. And
so pre-snap, that's where you're going with the ball just based on the matchup that you see from him.
Correct. I know that we had to get in that play against man, and I see George one-on-one with the linebacker. So I'm just praying that safety isn't going to help on that side. If he does, that's okay, because I'll have my answer over here with Christian. But if not, I'm drooling with George on a linebacker. So
for the most part, when you guys are doing a lot of the pre-snap stuff, you guys use so much motion. Is it often to get information? Is that most of the time what you're after when you guys are using those sorts of like tiny movements before the snap?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ones, especially with Kyle and how he's thinking about a game plan. But yes, there's that. There's also, just a little motion pre-snap to get a receiver to come a certain way. That messes up all these guys on defense and their assignments and who's picking up number 2, who's picking up number 3. So it's all about sort of confusing the defense. And then if we run the ball within that, if we can get this inside linebacker to hesitate just a little bit and we can get the edge running the ball, I mean, that's an explosive as well. So it's ID motion to get into the right play. It's to confuse the defense. It's all the things.
How often are you getting a can before the play? Is it every play? Is it half the plays? Like if you had to put a percentage on it, what would you say that is?
Man, I mean, every week varies. It's a little different. I would say maybe 50% of the game plan. Some weeks there's a lot, some weeks it's not as much. That's the beauty of it. Like the defense doesn't know,
And for the most part, is it between man zone? Is it run pass, or is it just kind of a mix?
It's a mix.
Okay.
Man zone, you have coverage base. If we get certain looks, we're going to can it to this. So it's not like one specific thing.
So I want to ask you about this play. What I love about this play is that I felt like you guys were setting this up for a while. Like you guys were using variations of this where he would go fast to the flat consistently throughout the year, and then you come back with this in a huge moment. So just talk to me about this concept overall and how some of the stuff that you did earlier in the season leads to a moment like this in a playoff game.
Yeah, we've had so many plays where, Christian, it's man coverage and we love him to be able to stutter and run into the flat there and usually get the edge on a linebacker. And so now it's like, all right, if we get that look, great, but let's still read out the front side. We have 2 whip routes here. We have the tight end coming over the top. So still, I'm reading out, if this wins, take it. If this wins, take it. But if not, we've ran this other concept with Christian's in the flat all year. And now we can get leverage on this linebacker so we can cross face and then sure enough, step up in the pocket and he's there.
There have been so many moments, right? I love watching. I see you in real time knowing you need to get to the backside and then you kind of speed yourself up. This feels like one of those plays where 100%. You need to climb a little bit.
Correct.
Because if you buy yourself that extra half second, it's going to be there on the backside.
So true. It's like if 1 and 2 is not there, like, all right, I know my outlet's going to be great.
With him specifically, the idea of a running back having the gravity that he has in the passing game, you guys obviously weaponize that in a very real way. But it's very different than most offenses in the NFL. Like most running backs don't have that. So has that kind of had to rewire the way that you see certain passing concepts when the running back is actually the most important part of the concept?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously there's certain concepts where, we still want to read out a receiver to the tight end and he really is a check down. But there's so many instances where we're like, dude, Christian, yes, he's a check down here, but he's a premier matchup one-on-one with a Mike linebacker, So there's like certain things where it's like, hey, if one's not there, I love getting to Christian quick. And there's other plays where I'm going right to him even when he is in the backfield. So that's the cool thing about Shanahan. He designs all these things. He coaches us up, and we know when to get the ball to 23.
Awesome. Really appreciate the time, man. Great to chat with you.
Man. Thank you.